Grand Rising, everybody. Joseph Hennessy. Name of the channel is The Children. On YouTube, it's Joseph Hennessy 1161. Please like, subscribe, and share, because I don't get into YouTube's algorithms because I'm too woo and I go against all their narratives. So I'm looking for starseeds, light workers, empaths, rainbow warriors, kind, caring extraterrestrials, human beings, anybody who's sick and tired of the Matrix, the slave planet that we live on. And the first thing I want to state is, in my last video, I misstated something by saying America is the worst country in the world to live in, and that's not true. We are just the best treated slaves. There's a lot of other worse places we could live, but what I meant to say was we are the biggest terrorists on the planet. We are the worst country in the world for oppressing other countries. Over 800 military bases. What for? If you're full of military all over the world, you're oppressing people. How come they're not 800 kindness and wellness centers to help people instead of oppressing them with military? So I don't want to spend a lot of time on that, but as I could. But I have a little story. I can't make up any of these things that happened to me. In my past videos, I spoke about remdesivir, and just hold that thought. It was given to senior citizens who had COVID. They were put into the retirement homes, and subsequently they passed away because they were put on ventilators given remdesivir. So the story I want to tell is I meet a kid at the gym, and I have no idea about what he does for a living. But he approaches me because I dance in the gym, and so we kind of have a little rapport, and I start talking to him, and after about 10 minutes of speaking to the kid, he's had enough because I'll make your head smoke with different ways of looking at things. So everything was fine. A couple of times later, I saw him in the gym. He had a Gilead t-shirt on. Well, guess who makes remdesivir? Gilead. So I said I'm going to stay away from him because I don't want to ask him if he works for Gilead, because that's not a good place for me to have a conversation with him about. So one of the next times I saw him, he came up to me and he says good morning to me, and shouldn't have done that because that was an opportunity for me to ask him if he worked for Gilead. And guess what? He worked for Gilead. And that kind of broke my heart because Gilead, no good. Remdesivir, they put all the senior citizens on remdesivir who were suffering from allegedly COVID in the retirement homes and put them on respirators. They drowned in their own fluids. It's a fact. It's all coming out. I'm not making any of this up. So I asked the kid, he's not a kid, he's a man, if he knew about remdesivir. And he said he did. And I said, did you know about remdesivir in the retirement homes? And he said he did. And I said, wow. I don't understand why God put this kid in my life, because anything I had to tell him wasn't going to be anything positive about Gilead. He used to make buses. So he knows all about remdesivir and what it does, right? But how come Gilead's not out there pulling that stuff off the market? All they had to do was give everybody ivermectin or hydrochloroquine when they had COVID. Ivermectin and hydrochloroquine. Ivermectin won a Nobel Peace Prize. Nobel Peace Prize. Allegedly it cures cancer. Joe Rogan knows all about it. Horse dewormer. It's made for horses. It's made for humans as well. So he knows all about remdesivir, so I asked him about the COVID-19 vaccine, if he knew anything about all the injuries and deaths, and he said he didn't. Kind of hard to believe. So I kind of was speaking to him, stating the truths that I found out by doing my own research, VAERS report, and all the doctors who were shunned during COVID-19 pandemic. So as I'm having this conversation, all of a sudden I hear a voice say to me, "You need to stop." So there's a gentleman across there. So I stopped. And what I did is I picked up my gym bag and I walked away, because old Joe Hennessy would have started a confrontation. So I walked away. And that was just a test from God to see if I was going to start a confrontation with that guy or not. And I didn't. But I was thinking, that guy had no business interjecting into my conversation, because I was having a conversation with a grown man who works for Gilead. The truth is the truth about remdesivir. So I go downstairs and I do my cardio for 12 minutes, and I go in to take a shower, and I see my friend who says, "You need to stop," and he's dressed in hospital scrubs. So evidently he works for the American Medical Association. So he didn't like what I was speaking about. He's part of the problem. He doesn't want to hear the truth. He was probably one of the ones who was singing and dancing during COVID-19 to have you take an experimental vaccine, mRNA gene therapy. It's so ironic. The guy tells me that I need to stop, works in the profession, who's still promoting vaccines. They're still pushing them. Big Pharma is still pushing all that poison. Does anybody ever bother to watch the commercials on TV that they turn into musicals with people who are out of shape? Then they tell you at the end of the commercial all the side effects. Well, no, they tell you 5% of the side effects. But they put it into a musical. Why? Subliminal. We live in a matrix, people. It's just ironic how these situations keep happening to me, where I get these people who kind of set me up for my past videos and future videos. I'm a planter of seeds. I know it's coming. The end of the illusion is coming. It's just a matter of us raising our consciousness as a collective. 51% of the eligible souls who have the God essence inside. All the people who run the matrix are soulless beings who want what we have, God essence. They can't do it. Why do they want to block the sun? Block God. But they're not going to win. They're on their last few moves. What happened in Southern California? I don't hear anything happening with Southern California. Now it's Iran. Everything's for 2 weeks, then it's something else. Don't buy the illusion. Donald Trump wasn't in Iran blowing up nuclear facilities. He's blowing up their capabilities of bad people want to do destruction. But it's just part of the shit show, because I've already told you that all the nuclear weapons have been rendered useless. But people need to be scared and shocked into submission, because we don't listen. We have to see it, and you're seeing it. Like I keep saying, I'm in it, I'm not of it. I have to spend a little time in the third dimension because I'm still here, but I'm in transition to the fifth dimension. Unconditional love, freedom, joy, no wars. Work is optional. Schooling, creativity, outdoors. School should be outdoors, not indoors in boxes. I did a video on boxes. Get out of the box, because they want you in a box. Get out in nature, nothing square. But I could go on and on and on, but I don't make these videos more than 11, 12, 13, 15 minutes, because we lose our attention span. So I hope people appreciate what is coming. Have a wee bit of hope, just a little bit. It's for the kids, it's for us. We're transitioning as we speak. We're in the cocoon. You're a caterpillar, you're transitioning into that butterfly, which is going to unleash all that brain and DNA power that we don't use, that God gave us. Just have a little bit of hope. What you're seeing is the end of the matrix. Where we're going is unconditional love, authenticity, happy, joyous, and free. I'm going to keep planting seeds. It's going to take a minute for them to sprout, but when they do, they're going to take off, and we're going to take off. Everybody have a blessed day. Namaste. Oh yeah, by the way, I got a new tripod. I don't know how I lost my tripod. So I can make videos wherever I want now because I got a 6-foot tripod. So God bless.